Hey everyone, welcome to Veronica Says. This video is all about underrated and hidden gems. Now, I wish that I could share all of my underrated and hidden gems in my collection, but we'd be here all night. So I have narrowed the list down to, I think it's 14 that I will try to go through in a little bit of an expeditious fashion, but you know I like to talk. So just hang in there with me while we talk about these beauties that just don't get enough praise, enough sunshine, enough light in the fragrance community. These are just some from my collection, which is limited, of course, and I'm sure there are just hundreds and hundreds of others out there that could use a little bit of time in the light. For the sake of time, let's just jump right in. My first fragrance is one that I was introduced to by my friend here on YouTube, and her name is Joss Jane. I will link her channel below. I suggest that you go check her out. She talked about this one here, which is called Ruhi or Ruhi Tehbak from Rasasi, which is a Middle Eastern fragrance house that is known for jasmine wisp, is probably the most known female fragrance from their house, which is also a beautiful one, but certainly not hidden. It has made the rounds here thanks in part to Paulina Shar, who's here on YouTube, a very prominent fragrance reviewer in the community. This one here is considered a spicy white floral with woody and amber accords. I do like the bottle. It reminds me kind of the Victoria's Secret bottles that have the fishnet kind of, motif, if you will, on it. This is, to me, very floral. It has top notes, floral and warm. Top notes of lily, gardenia, orange, and mandarin orange. I just think it opens like a very soft floral. It has middle notes of peach, pepper, olibanum, help, and labdanum. And then in the notes, not in the notes, sorry, in the base, it's amber, sandalwood, and patchouli. So this is warm, this is spicy, but it's mostly floral, right? With those other things sort of helping it, undergirding it, surrounding it, cushioning it. But it is a floral fragrance. Really pretty, really soft. One that I would reach for when I wanted to smell feminine, but not overpoweringly so, and didn't want to take over the room, but wanted to sort of stand in my girliness, if that makes sense. Ruhi Tehbak, really nice, pleasant fragrance. No one talks about this except Joss Jane. She introduced me to this. Really pretty. One that probably deserves greater praise, but has kind of fallen back as newer fragrances have made the rounds here on YouTube and in life in general, is this gem, which is Estee Lauder Sensuous. Now, I had Sensuous Nude, which is a flanker of this, and I did like that too, but it wasn't quite right for me. There was something a little bit too dry about it for me, so I gave it to a friend who I thought would love it more. And this one made its way into my collection, which is the OG, the Estee Lauder Sensuous Nude, in amber, honey, woody fragrance, top notes of lily, jasmine, and magnolia. Let's check out the top here. Ooh, you guys, have you tried, what is it called? Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder. It's like the winter version of that, if that makes sense. So that Bronze Goddess is very beachy, summery. This is like the winter version of that. And the name is so right, Sensuous. It's a very sensuous fragrance, which by the way is different from sensual. Did you know that? Sensuous evokes the senses. Invokes the senses, because evokes like remind you of, right? Invokes the senses, right? Activates the senses, which is what sensuous means. Whereas sensual is more like, on that like sexy thing going on. Middle notes are woody notes, amber, and ylang ylang. In the base, you have sandalwood, honey, pepper, and mandarin orange. A really beautiful fragrance. Yes, it is sensuous, but it is also sensual. I think this is a very alluring, sexy fragrance. Not similar to a lot that's out there right now. It's subtle, like skin scent, like sexy. Really nice, really nice. If you can find this out there in the wild, get your hands on it. It's a nice one. Not one that you hear a lot of people talking about, if anyone. In fact, I haven't heard anyone mention it on their channel at all. Another one that never really gets mentioned, and I learned about this through the makeup YouTuber Tati Westbrook a while back, and it is Cannabis Santal by the company Fresh. This is sold on Sephora, and that's where I got it, and I have a backup bottle of this that's full size because I really like this. This is the Eau de Parfum concentration. It has wild strawberries, kumquat, dark plum, patchouli, magnolia, rose, chocolate, vetiver, and musk, vanilla musk. It's interesting, on Sephora, it lists the style of the fragrance as memorable, masculine, and sensual. I think that's about right. This is considered a male fragrance, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. It is a clean, really nice, deep patchouli, chocolatey fragrance. I do get a little bit of the plum, but it's mostly chocolate, and the patchouli is strong in this, you guys. And it has some musk to soften it up. It's not just like a straight, you know, super earthy, heady patchouli. It's a soft patchouli, and it's gorgeous. If you don't like patchouli, don't pick this up. But this is a nice one. Beautiful fragrance. I feel like I'm on the set of a movie as like that female heroine, right? The action hero. This is what I would wear if I were in a movie like that. The next one is a beautiful little number that I don't hear anyone talk about at all. It is a flanker to Vivienne Westwood's Boudoir, and it is Mon Boudoir. Mon Boudoir. Isn't that just the prettiest little frosted bottle with that sort of crown Vatican looking thing at the top there? This is a green, fresh, musky floral. It's light, it's soft, it's pretty. This sits close to the skin. It has top notes of pear, basil, and mandarin orange. Let's check that out. So nice, so nice, so pretty, so light. I do get some of that like basil-y aromatic thing going on at the top there. Pretty. Middle is lily of the valley, rose and jasmine, and in the base you get white musk and sandalwood. This is a soft, beautiful fragrance. It says Mon Boudoir, my bedroom, I believe is what that translates into in French. And this is a great bedtime scent, also a great date night scent. It sits close to the skin, and it's very sexy, but in a soft, feminine, pretty, cloudy, powdery kind of way. Love this. Next is one that is a cheapie, which I hate that word, cheapie. I don't even know why I said it. It's an inexpensive fragrance. Let's leave it at that. Affordable. And it's Vicky Tiel Femme Absolue. I recently got this in a haul, blind bought, thinking, you know, what the heck? It's not going to be expensive. I think it was well under $20 by the time I got the discounts and everything on FragranceNet. It's a fruity, woody fragrance with some florals in it. Top notes of cassis, mandarin orange, and peach. Do you say cassis or do you say cassis? Just depends on how I'm feeling. I think it's cassis. This is just pretty. Another one that reminds me of the Victoria's Secret bottle. I think it's called Tease or Scandalous or whatever, that has that like fishnet thing going on. Really fruity, feminine fragrance here. Middle is rose petals, jasmine, rose petals, jasmine and orange blossom. And in the base, it's patchouli, sandalwood, and vanilla. Another very sensual fragrance, but also just light, girly, and fruity at the same time, if that's possible. So it's mature and it's youthful in that fruitiness. Inexpensive, definitely one that if you like that kind of vibe, you might want to pick up. Really nice little fragrance. No one is talking about this. I didn't even know that the House of Vicky Tiel existed before I picked this up. Another one that no one talks about, and I think it's discontinued, and maybe that's why. Liquid Cashmere Aqua from Donna Karan. It's a musky floral marine fragrance. It has sea notes, floral notes, musk, and woody notes. First of all, the bottle is just beautiful with this ombre effect. It's very frosted down here coming up into the glass. It's a tall one. This is a giraffe of a bottle here, but I really think it's gorgeous. I love the color on it. Yeah, it opens up very, to me, aquatic. Just straight up aquatic fragrance. It has a little bit of like Issey Miyake, like a softened version of that, if you will. Not quite as loud and sharp and in your face as that fragrance. It's like the shy little sister of Issey Miyake. It definitely has an aquatic thing going on, slightly powdery. Comes across a little bit marine to me, which is the top accord in this. Really beautiful fragrance for late spring into the summer as it gets hot. I could see this going with me like on vacation, for example. All right. Oh, you guys, this next one. I've only heard maybe one person. In fact, I think it was Maria Colette here on YouTube talk about this. And it is so beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful, I bought a backup bottle. Valentino Donna Aqua. First of all, I hate how the Valentino bottles, they're beautiful, but they don't actually have like a cap. Is this a cap? What's happening here? Hold on. I'm lying. Shut up, Veronica. It does have a cap. This one does. Some of the other ones, they really don't have a cap. This one has a cap. So this is Aqua. It's sweet, it's almond, it's fruity, it's floral. It's also aquatic and fresh. This is a very, very fresh, juicy fragrance. It's considered an amber floral. I don't get like a lot of amber in this or anything. I'm not sure where that's coming from. The top notes are almond and pear, and it is a beautiful, beautiful pear fragrance at the top. I mean, it gets my heart with that creamy almond on it too. I die. I die when I spray this and think I have gone to heaven. I have found a signature scent. I don't even want to wear this because I don't want to run out of it. It's such a pretty fragrance. The middle is frangipani and jasmine, and the base it's sandalwood and hawthorn. I don't know what hawthorn smells like. Do you? Drop me a note. I learn something new every day. But that top of almond and pear just grabs my heart, clenches it, and it makes me submit. Like immediately I'm like, oh, I love you. This is so beautiful. Have a backup bottle. Don't want to be without this. I don't think this is for everyone because not everybody loves almond and not a lot of people like pear. It's kind of a weird combination, but I really like it. Moving along to the next one is one from a house that has gotten a lot of hype in the past, and I don't really love the fragrances from this house. It is clean. I have had warm cotton. I've had clean cotton. I've had, I think there's one called sun-kissed cotton or something like that. Lots of the cottons, all the cottons. I had all the cottons, okay? But this one, and I didn't really love them very much. Clean Skin is nice. You can see the dent that I've put in this. It's one that I use as a travel spray. I keep this with me for conferences, like when I go away to work, because it's small and can fit in my little travel bag, you know, and pass TSA security with no problems. And it's inoffensive. I do smell nice without being like a very specific kind of fragrance that people are going to be put off by or whatever. This is a powdery, floral, musky fragrance with a very simple note structure. It's just musk and flower notes. And it is exactly what it says, a clean skin scent with a floral kind of thing going on. Really simple, really light, close to the skin, inoffensive. I wouldn't run out and get this unless you're in the market for something like that, that's subtle, close to the skin, non-offensive, one that's very easy to wear in work environments, especially if you're in an environment where you're worried about people's allergies or offending people with your scent, or you work close to other people and you want something subtle. Like if I know I'm going to be at a conference table, for example, with colleagues, this is one that I will reach for so that I know I smell good, but don't bother other people. This next one is a very affordable hidden gem that I recently came across and wish I had figured out this house existed before. It's the house of Franck Olivier, and the fragrance is One Kiss. One that I randomly purchased very inexpensively on FragranceNet, just took a chance. It was like 12 bucks, 13, 14, 15, I don't know. It was super cheap, you guys, and or rather inexpensive. And I like the way that the bottle looked with this design on the back, this imprinted heart design. This has top notes of bergamot, orange, and cardamom. Middle is rose and cyclamen, and the base is vanilla, sandalwood, and cedar. Such a feminine, pretty fragrance. Oh yeah. Yeah, very heavy to me on that rose right away. Even though it's in the middle, it comes out quickly. You do get like a citrusy rose combination in this. And it's just pretty. It's a feminine fragrance for very inexpensive, very light, really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. It's great for young ladies in your life that want a pretty fragrance without being overpowering, too deep, or too mature. It's a playful, pretty, feminine fragrance. One Kiss by Franck Olivier. No one is talking about this. Get yourself a bottle, you guys. So nice. The next one I recently came across from watching Perfume Lover 80 here on YouTube. It is Barrage Gravity. Can we take a second to look at this gorgeous bottle? It has actually 3 sister fragrances, 2 of which I purchased on Fragrantica and just haven't had a chance to review yet. They're sitting in my drawer, just calling my name. But this beautiful Middle Eastern fragrance here, and she gave me the notes, Perfume Lover 80. If you're watching, I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to go retrieve them. But according to other sites, it has agarwood, woody notes, and vanilla. Although I think there's some floral notes in here according to, I think her name is Terry. Terry at Perfume Lover. This is so pretty. It's very oody. It's sweet. I don't know if there's rose in here, but I get like a rose kind of vibe, like a soft, round, fresh rose, and some other florals. It is beautiful. It's deep. It's grown and sexy, but not overpowering and not suffocating. You know what I mean? Like some of the grown and sexy fragrances, if you get too close to someone, it'll choke you out. This one will not choke you out. It's soft yet complex and deep at the same time. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance. Can't wait to wear this on a cool night and then again in the fall, in the winter. I don't think this would do very well in the summer unless you had a breezy, cool night. Gorgeous. Barrage Gravity, and very inexpensive. $30-something on FragranceNet after the discount. Get yourself a bottle, my friends. Ooh, this next one is a gem. So delighted to have this. Bottega Veneta, not Eau Absolue. This is an amber resinous bomb, you guys. It has top notes of neroli and heliotrope. Middle notes are jasmine and lavender. And in the base, you have this gorgeous myrrh, this rich myrrh, and opoponax, which I recently learned how to pronounce. Opoponax, which I believe is a resin. This smells to me like Neutrogena Rain Bath, amped up. Like if Rain Bath were turned into a fragrance, which I have wanted for forever because I love the regular original Neutrogena Rain Bath. It's this beautiful ambery, a little bit of hint of lavender in there, resinous kind of fragrance, almost like has honey in it too. I don't know if it does or doesn't. You can't find the notes for Neutrogena Rain Bath. This smells like that, except in perfume form and even deeper and richer. Such a gorgeous, at the same time, fresh, but sweet, deep, ambery, resinous fragrance. Gorgeous. And this bottle, shut up. Look at that bottle. It's so pretty. I love this. So happy to have this. I've always wanted a rain bath fragrance. I have it. It was like a Christmas gift to myself. This next one you all have heard me talk about quite a lot. It doesn't really get talked about frequently on YouTube. I see it sometimes, but I've been rocking this, you guys. I have been rocking this thing since it came out. But at least the past, 11 or 12 years, whenever it came out. When did you come out? This is still by Jennifer Lopez. Well, then I'm a liar. It was launched in 2003, but I got acquainted with this, I would say probably 2007 or 8, and really started to get into it in about 2009, 10, when it became like a signature scent for me. I have really great fond memories of wearing still and running around with my friends, especially in New York City in the evenings, going out to dinner, dancing and whatever. Gorgeous, fresh, beautiful fragrance. Simple, very simple. This isn't gonna knock your socks off and wow you, but the guys like it. I have had at one point a man run across the street in New York to chase me down to ask me what I was wearing and to tell me that I smelled really great. It's considered a floral. It has top notes of Earl Grey tea, white pepper, orange, apple, and rice. What a unique scent. I love a good apple note, right? I do. This is just freshness and sweetness in a bottle. Middle is jasmine, lily of the valley, freesia, honeysuckle, rose, and orange blossom. In the base, you get pepper, musk, iris, sandalwood, and amber. But that opening of that rice note and that apple and that tea, just really pretty, fresh. I feel like I'm on top of the world. When I put this on, I'm ready to conquer things. Just a nice one. This is for me, you guys. This is a special one to me. Another one I never really hear anyone talk about, and maybe it's just starting to gain notoriety, is this amazingness here. This is by the house of Haramain, and this is Junoon. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is, first of all, a powder bomb. If you don't like powdery fragrances, you're gonna hate this. And then it has vanilla, iris, and rose accords. Absolutely gorgeous. In the top, it's powdery notes, shocker, rose, jasmine, and ylang-ylang, and it opens so pretty. This is like the richest smelling luxury soap ever with powder in it. And I don't mean soap in a bad way, because I don't always love a soapy note. This is like a luxurious powdery soap at the top. The middle is iris, which is very prominent. It's softened even further by tonka bean. It has some rose and jasmine in the middle. In the base, you get that beautiful heliotrope, vanilla, and musk. This is, and I have it backward, I'm sorry, a gorgeous fragrance. Get your hands on this while it's still not skyrocket prices. I think it's like in the $70 or $80 range now. It's going up in price. I got it when it was less expensive. Sometimes you can check it out on Amazon and see if they have a deal going for this. Whoever created this is sheer genius. This is beautiful. Now, if you're not into it, it might just smell like floral baby powder to you. But if you're into those soft feminine fragrances, ooh, 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 get yourself a bottle of Junoon by Haramain. My last fragrance is another one who has cousins in its house that get a lot of attention, but this one doesn't get a lot of attention. I recently brought it into my collection. I haven't seen very many reviews of this, just a few on YouTube. And it is Balenciaga Paris. Look at this bottle. Reminds me of a cathedral. A subscriber told me that it's supposed to be designed like a woman wearing a cape, which I love that also. This is what I call my Ice Queen fragrance. The main accords are ozonic, woody, powdery, and violet. heavy violet fragrance, which can come across a little bit cold. This is a Chypre floral fragrance. And in the notes, you have violet, which is a very, very prominent note in here. If you don't like violet, stay away from this. You're going to hate this because it's heavy, heavy on the violet. Violet leaf, carnation, cedar, and patchouli. So what stands out to me in here is the violet with the cedar. So you get that woodiness and that floral violet note, which is a very unique note. It's very powdery, and a little bit of the patchouli in the wraparound. Very simple yet elegant, structured fragrance. Cold. It's a cold fragrance. It's not warm. If you want to smell sensual and spicy and deep and rich, stay away from this. This is a freshly pressed suit. A nice suit, like a work suit, or a crisp linen dress. I could see this going well with. This is an austere woman with her head in a bun, every hair in place. You know, no lipstick is running on this woman's lips. Okay, everything's in place. She's austere, but she's elegant, and she's calm, cool, and collected, and very well mannered. She knows which plates to use for what kind of food. She knows which silverware to grab for which dishes, which parts of the meal, and she knows which glass to use for what kind of beverage. Balenciaga Paris, a very structured, refined, elegant fragrance. So those are my top 14, I think, gems, hidden, underrated gems here on YouTube. Nobody talks about these. Check these out and let me know if you have any questions about these. Also, let me know if you have any of these. Drop it down in the comments and share your thoughts and experiences with these fragrances or other fragrances that you think are hidden gems. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed, please subscribe so we can hang out again. If you are returning, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming back. I will see y'all on the next video. Take care, my friends.